So the next campaign is by far the most visually impressive campaigns I've played out of any SnapMap campaigns, and that is Doom. These maps are mostly arena driven in terms of level design, and they are fairly linear, but the visual design is just mind-blowing with how the author takes advantage of the props. It's definitely inspiring to play this map if you are a mapper, but it's still a lot of fun to play it if you're not. And if you like pretty visual design, this campaign has so many of it through its 3 maps it currently has. It is only playable for a solo experience. This campaign to me was ahead of its time. It's very similar to the developer made SnapMap campaigns before it existed, and it still holds up fairly well after playing it recently. It does have some weird moments here and there, just like in the second level. The author forgets to turn off the gravity lift for the demons, and demons will get stuck on that, and it does affect the gameplay, but I love this campaign just for the flow. It feels so good, and it always leaves me wanting more demons to kill, and it does satisfy me enough when I get that buzz. It may be a very simplistic campaign compared to some of the campaigns I mentioned, like the last one, but if you just want a simple preset driven campaign that is heavily inspired by the main campaign, Doom After Effect is a must play. It is only playable for a solo experience. With that said, I do want to mention I couldn't beat the third and final level due to an error logic, so it seems like if you're playing on console, you can only play the first 2 levels without any technical issues. Virtuworld is a very interesting, funny, and unique campaign compared to most of these campaigns, if not all of them, I've been talking about. First of all, this whole simulation theme is very interesting, and it's not common to have that theme for a Doom campaign. But with that said, it does have a good design and flow to it. It's all custom geo, and the level design seems like a good mixture of classic Doom and Doom 2016, and it's just a lot of fun to play if you just want something that isn't so serious and different in a good way. It's only playable for a solo experience. This campaign was heavily inspiring to me when I first played it, and it made me want to make Decipher. Reality bending is pretty much the mother of all custom geo campaigns. I haven't played a campaign at that time that had such a heavy emphasis on custom geo mapping, and while it is an older campaign, it still holds up and there's a lot of content to it too. You'll be going through a lot of different kinds of areas, from like a hellish world to a cathedral to an Egyptian landscape. Like, there's so many different kinds of areas you're going through in this campaign, and it's just a lot of fun, and it keeps you refreshed due to the different themes. It's really the core design of reality bending, since you are going to a bunch of different realities. I highly recommend this campaign if you want a fun and well designed custom geo driven campaign. Most maps are solo only, but some of them are co-op for whatever reason. This campaign was also made by the same author who made reality bending. Hellish is pretty much more of the same of what makes reality bending great, but it seems like there's a story or connected theme overall. I personally think if you really enjoyed reality bending and want more of it, Hellish will offer that, and the maps are just as good or better than reality bending. This campaign is only playable for a solo experience. Bad's Classic Stage is another classic Doom themed campaign for those who are nostalgic for classic Doom. There are 10 maps and most of them are enjoyable in their own ways, and it is by far the most diverse campaign in terms of the themes of these maps. Like, you have the tech-based theme, the hell theme, the Marvel theme, and it just goes on and on. Not only that, the design also have good attention to detail too. I do recommend this campaign if you want something that's fun to play and a campaign that offers the most classic Doom content, then this campaign is the one you should play. It is only playable for a solo experience. This campaign is totally a love letter to Doom 3. From UAC to Hell combines that horror aspect of Doom 3, but its combat is heavily based on classic Doom, where it's action-packed and fast-paced. It's a preset-driven campaign with a very good decoration of effects and decals, and I will warn you, it's much darker than Doom 3 was. Still though, if you enjoy both classic Doom and Doom 3, you have to play this campaign. It's a really good mixture of it. It is only playable for a solo experience. With that said, I do want to warn players that there are some weird sound and audio glitches while playing this campaign. I believe it's because if you use too many effects in the module, it will glitch out on the console version for some reason. One-man army is very self-explanatory. You are literally mowing down tons of demons in this preset-driven campaign. It's probably some of the funnest campaigns I've played from SnapMap, since the combat is so addicting in this campaign compared to other campaigns I've played. It does got a Doom 2016 style to it, so if you're looking for some really crazy fights with that Doom 2016 vibe to it and a lot of secrets to find, this is the campaign you have to play. It does have co-op support, but only up to 2 players. This one's a very old campaign, since I think it was made back in the pre-patch days, but it has been updated with the new SnapMap features. It's very basic compared to some of these preset-based campaigns I've talked about, but it's still a lot of fun, and for an early campaign during the pre-patch days where it still holds up, I believe people should give UltiDoom a shot. I would say UltiDoom does get pretty crazy once you get near to the end, but if you like to get your skills tested, this campaign won't disappoint. Not only that, there is co-op support, up to 4 players in this campaign. It also has scaling too, so be aware of that. Unrelenting Evil is a classic Doom themed campaign done in a modern setting where most of these textures that are being used are Doom 2016's textures. It's very well designed and it pays homage to the classic games very well, like the skill level option, the flow, and it seems like it only uses the classic Doom weapons too. It's a must play if you really want a great single player experience that gives you a lot of nostalgia of the old games, and if you like great custom geo design too. It's only playable for a solo experience. The name of this campaign is called Classic Doom, so obviously it's a classic Doom themed SnapMap campaign. It feels like a good mixture of Bad's classic stage and Hellwalker. It really has the diverse themes of Bad's classics, for these fights are pretty challenging and crazy at times, just like Hellwalker, and it also uses modern props and effects just like Hellwalker. I feel like this is kind of another classic Doom themed SnapMap campaign, but it does separate itself differently by the beautiful and experimental visual design. It might not appeal to everyone, but I thought it was kind of cool, and I simply feel like it's worth playing if you want the classic Doom maps really done in a different way in terms of the aesthetics with fun and challenging combat, at least in the later levels. So if you like your classic Doom maps with experimental design and fun combat, this is the campaign for you. It is only playable for a solo experience. Thank you for watching this series, everyone. I will make a part 3 when I find more campaigns that are worth playing, but for now on, these are the campaigns I enjoyed the most from SnapMap, and I believe you should give them a shot if you have not played some of these campaigns. Stay tuned for more SnapMap videos in the future, people.